morning, El Paso.
We will build a great wall along the southern border.
Donald Trump continues on his promise to build a wall along the border. This following a meeting with the president of Mexico where the issue was discussed. We have the latest from the campaign trail this morning.
And also, we're following the latest developments as two tropical storms are threatening different portions of the country today. We'll have the details.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso.
A very good morning to El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. I'm Stephanie Valle.
And I'm Hillary Floren. Good morning, everyone. The time now is 6 o'clock on the dot, and Stephen Decatur is in today for Nicole.
Yes, and we are under a first alert, Stephen.
That first alert continues here in the borderland. Wet weather, unsettled conditions once again today could result in flash flooding for some areas once again. Again, if you do see that rain, it could fall very heavily, resulting in that flooding. So keep that in mind. We are watching showers on radar already this morning. There they are, mainly on the east side of the city. You can see light to moderate rain, nothing too terribly heavy, but it is leaving some very wet roadways, so it may slow travel a little bit this morning. Off towards the west, though, or east rather, heavier rain, even some lightning this morning in portions of Hudspeth County. So some heavier rain in some areas, and we'll continue to watch that. But again, this unsettled weather, well, it's going to stay with us across the borderland all throughout the day today. Here's that first alert. This is what we have for you. Again, heavy rainfall for some, resulting in flash flooding. Not everyone will see the rain, but if you do, it's going to come down hard and fast, resulting in that flash flooding. And again, we're going to watch scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the remainder of today and into the day tomorrow.
All right, thank you so much, Stephen. And now to complete coverage of the presidential election. It's your voice, your vote. Mexico and immigration are in the spotlight this morning after Republican presidential hopeful Donald Trump paid a visit south of the border for a meeting with Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto. Standing next to Peña Nieto, Trump ditched a year's worth of tough talk.
It's been a tremendous honor, and I call you a friend.
That's a huge departure from day one of his campaign, when he accused Mexico of funneling undocumented immigrants across the border. Last night, he was asked if he stands by his word when he said immigrants brought drugs and rapists into this country.
A lot of the things I said are very strong, but we have to be strong. We have to say what's happening. There is crime, as you know. There's a lot of crime and there's a lot of problems. I really believe that the president and I will solve those problems.
Peña Nieto himself has compared Trump to Hitler and Mussolini. But yesterday, he soft-pedaled too, emphasizing that Mexico will cooperate with whomever wins the election.
And what about Trump's signature campaign promise to build that wall along the border? Well, this morning, a look at what Trump and Peña Nieto had to say. Good morning, El Paso's Denise Olivas picks up the story. Denise?
Donald Trump's speech last night took a different tone from his meeting with the Mexican president. Trump insists that Mexico will pay for a border wall. During that news conference in Mexico City, Trump said he and Peña Nieto did not talk about payment of the wall. But immediately after, Peña Nieto took to Twitter to say, quote, "At the beginning of our conversation, I made it clear that Mexico will not pay for a wall." Yet, in last night's speech, Trump was confident that Peña Nieto and Mexico will come around to the idea.
We will use the best technology, including above and below ground sensors, that's the tunnels. Remember that, above and below. Above and below ground sensors, towers, aerial surveillance, and manpower to supplement the wall, find and dislocate tunnels, and keep out criminal cartels. And Mexico, you know that, will work with us. I really believe it.
And while Trump also attacked President Obama's past policies and Hillary Clinton's immigration policy, Clinton responded to Trump about the border wall, saying, quote, "A wall Mexico will pay for, a bad idea from an even worse negotiator." So building the border wall was at the top of Trump's 10-point immigration policy. We'll take a look at the rest of it in our next half hour. Stephanie, back to you.
All right, thank you, Denise. A new poll finds Hillary Clinton's favorable rating is sliding and is now equal to Donald Trump's. According to the Washington Post ABC News poll, 59% of registered voters now say their opinion of Clinton is unfavorable. That puts Clinton on par with Trump. He's viewed unfavorably by 60% of registered voters.
In other news, the U.S. and Russia are both trying to claim credit for the death of a key ISIS leader this morning. The Pentagon confidently claimed a U.S. airstrike killed Mohammed al-Adnani. But the Russian Defense Ministry is claiming on its Facebook page that it was a Russian airstrike. The Pentagon press secretary says the U.S. has no facts to support a Russian strike. Adnani was more than ISIS's chief spokesman. He also oversaw planning for the group's attacks beyond their base in Iraq and Syria.
New this morning, a hurricane warning is up for parts of northwestern Florida as Tropical Storm Hermine approaches. It's expected to continue to strengthen today and be near the coast by tonight. Florida's governor has added 9 more counties to a state of emergency declaration. Hawaii's Big Island is still on alert, though Hurricane Madeline has been downgraded to a tropical storm.
An Anthony police officer is accused of stealing money from the American Legion. Miguel Saavedra was arrested by the Texas Rangers back on August 15th. He is charged with misapplication of fiduciary property. It allegedly happened while he was off duty. Anthony Police Chief Carlos Enriquez says Saavedra has been with the department for 6 years. He's currently on leave without pay. Switching gears, still no decision on whether New Mexico State's starting quarterback will play this Saturday in the Battle of I-10. But Tyler Rogers did get some good news. The district attorney's office announced it will not be prosecuting Rogers. He had been arrested on a misdemeanor assault charge in connection with an alleged dispute with his girlfriend. Head coach Doug Martin had said that he would wait for Rogers' legal issues to play out before determining any possible punishment.
Now coming up on 6:07, time for weather and traffic on the 7s. Hi, Stephen.
Good morning. We are dealing with some cooler temperatures today to start off, right around 70 degrees, fairly comfortable. But those dew points and that humidity, well, it's very high, so it's going to feel a little humid as you step out the door. Also dealing with some rain showers out there at the present time, and we'll continue to deal with those as we head throughout the morning. Now, as you head throughout your day today for the school day planner, temperatures are going to be warming up to around 80 degrees. By lunchtime, those rain chances actually increasing as we head into the afternoon. Partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies today. Temperatures by the end of the day in the middle 80s, and some of those showers could result in some thunderstorms by the end of the day. And that's why that first alert's in effect for the possibility of flash flooding. Already dealing with some wet weather popping up this morning for portions of the east side and now the far west side up towards Anthony near Canutillo as well. Dealing with some showers that are continuing to pop up this morning. Unsettled weather is continuing in the borderland, and that's why that first alert's in effect. Some very saturated soils could result in flash flooding. Mauricio?
Hi, Stephen. Good morning. Well, yes, you can see green across the map, but a little bit of a slowdown right here on Montana near Cielo Vista, and that's where we've been tracking those wet road conditions. We're looking at 24 miles per hour right now, right as you approach Geronimo, so give yourself a little bit more time if you are heading out there. Does look like the showers have moved past on here, but there's still wet roadways that we're tracking right now, so keep an eye out for that as you drive out there, and do drive safe. Good morning to you, Las Cruces. We're tracking speeds right now of 71 miles per hour on I-10 heading west, 75 if you're heading east towards El Paso, 62 miles per hour, and current speed right now on I-25. I can also tell you that Highway 70 east of Las Cruces won't give you any issues. It is scheduled to remain open all day. Now, we do have a lot of closures going on across the borderland. I'll have those details coming up at 6:17.
Looking forward to it. Thanks so much, Mauricio.
And we have much more to come here on Good Morning El Paso.
There's no conflict between a healthy economy and a healthy planet.
President Obama traveling coast to coast. He's amplifying his call to protect the environment on a global level.
Plus, a new poll showing how Americans feel about traveling to Zika-infected areas right here in the U.S. It's 6:08, and this is ABC 7, where news comes first.
7's Good Morning El Paso with Hillary Floren, Stephanie Valle, and live reports from Denise Olivas.